23 open tabs, 5 productivity apps, a master plan you've rewritten 17 times. You're smart, really smart, always have been. Gifted programs, honor roll, everyone said you'd do amazing things. And they were right. You had potential. But here's the uncomfortable truth. That kid who barely passed algebra is now running a successful business. The person who couldn't write an essay to save their life just published a bestseller. Someone you tutored in college is making triple your salary. What happened? Your intelligence became your biggest obstacle. Not because being smart is bad, but because of how you're wielding it. Every advantage has a shadow side. Speed creates recklessness. Strength creates rigidity. And intelligence? Intelligence creates paralysis. You've been using your brain as a shield instead of a sword, protecting yourself from failure so effectively that you've also protected yourself from success. But here's the breakthrough. Once you see how your intelligence traps you, you can finally set yourself free. Let's decode the genius trap. You know what's wild? You can solve quantum physics problems but can't decide what to have for breakfast. Welcome to analysis paralysis, where brilliant minds go to accomplish absolutely nothing. Here's how it works. Normal people see a problem and pick a solution. Maybe not the best solution, but a solution. They act, get feedback, adjust, and move forward. Your brain? It opens 50 research tabs, compares every possible option, reads contradicting studies, joins forums to debate methodologies, creates a comparison spreadsheet, then needs to research spreadsheet optimization. 6 months later, you're an expert who's accomplished nothing. The brutal math: while you analyzed 10 options for 30 days, someone else tried 10 options in 3 days. They failed at 8, found 2 that worked, and are now profitable. You have more knowledge. They have more results. Analysis feels productive. Your neurons are firing, you're learning things. Your brain is getting that sweet dopamine hit from acquiring information. But information without application is just expensive entertainment. You're not preparing to succeed, you're rehearsing to stay safe. The shift: set analysis timers. Give yourself 2 hours to research something, not 2 months. Then decide with imperfect information, because perfect information doesn't exist. It never has. It never will. Action reveals what analysis conceals. Let me tell you about the most destructive word in your vocabulary: almost. This is almost ready to ship. I'm almost ready to launch. It's almost perfect. Almost is where dreams go to die slowly. Perfectionism isn't about excellence. It's fear cosplaying as standards. You're not polishing your work. You're hiding it. From judgment, from criticism, from the possibility that maybe you're not as exceptional as everyone said. Here's what perfection costs you. That business idea collecting dust for 3 years? If you'd launched it imperfectly 3 years ago, you'd have 3 years of real feedback, 3 years of improvements, 3 years of revenue. Instead, you have 3 years of theoretical perfection and $0. The marketplace doesn't reward flawless. It rewards functional. Every successful product you use has bugs. Every hit song has imperfections. Every masterpiece has brushstrokes the artist wished they could redo. But they shipped anyway. The reality check: your first version will be bad. Accept it now. Your second will be better. Your 10th will be good. Your 100th might be great. But you'll never get to version 100 if you never ship version 1. Done and imperfect beats perfect and imaginary. Every single time. After IQ hits 120, intelligence explains only 25% of success. 25%. That means 75% of what separates successful people from smart people has nothing to do with IQ. Nothing to do with test scores, academic achievements, or how fast you solve puzzles. What fills that 75%? Emotional intelligence, discipline, consistency, relationship building, resilience, knowing when to push and when to pivot, reading people, managing stress, showing up when motivation dies. All the soft skills you probably dismissed as less important than hard knowledge. Plot twist: they're not soft skills, they're success skills. And you're terrible at them because nobody taught you that getting along matters more than being right. School rewarded isolated brilliance. The real world rewards collaborative execution. School celebrated knowing answers. The marketplace celebrates creating value. You optimized for the wrong game. The person dumber than you is winning because they ask for help without shame. They build teams instead of going solo. They move fast and adjust rather than planning perfectly. They fail forward instead of thinking safely. Your IQ opened doors, but EQ and execution are what walk through them. 10. Learn tech skills with real company projects. 82% job placement, $70K median starting salary, free consultation below, plans from $200 a month. Here's a paradox. The more you learn, the less you do. You're collecting information like a dragon hoards gold. Courses, books, podcasts, articles, frameworks, models, strategies. Your brain is a library where nothing ever gets checked out. The knowledge curse works like this. When you know a little, decisions are easy. Start a business, sell something people want. Get customers, tell people about it. But when you know a lot, every decision branches into infinite complexity. You see 17 business models, 43 marketing strategies, 92 potential obstacles. Simple becomes impossible. You're not making better decisions. You're making no decisions. Paralyzed by possibilities, drowning in options, suffocating under the weight of everything you know. Reality check. The most successful people often have the simplest strategies. Not because they're dumb, but because they're focused. They don't know every option. They know their option, and they execute it relentlessly while you're still comparing alternatives. Sometimes ignorance isn't bliss, it's velocity. Sometimes knowing less means doing more. Stop learning. Start executing. You don't need another framework. You need to use one of the 47 you already know. Here's the formula that explains everything. Performance, your talent, X effort 2. Notice that exponent? Effort counts twice. Literally twice. Your natural ability is a multiplier, but effort is exponential. Smart people never learn to work hard because we never needed to. School came easy, tests were simple. We got results without trying, so we built our identity around effortless excellence. And now we're adults who can't grind, can't persist, can't push through discomfort. We have genius-level talent and beginner-level work ethic. Meanwhile, the less talented person shows up every day. They're not brilliant on Tuesday. They're not inspired on Friday. They don't wait for motivation or perfect conditions. They just show up. Consistently, persistently, relentlessly. And guess what? Consistent average beats sporadic genius. Every time, in every field. Without exception. The tortoise beats the hare because the hare thinks being fast is enough. But races aren't won at top speed. They're won by whoever keeps moving. Your talent is a down payment. Effort is the mortgage you pay monthly, and you're behind on your payments. Time to develop the one skill that actually matters. The ability to do things when you don't feel like it. The smarter you are, the more likely you have a fixed mindset. Ironic, right? Being the smart one wasn't just what you did, it became who you are. Your identity, your personal brand, the core of your self-worth. So what happens when something's hard? You quit. Not because you can't learn it, but because struggling would mean you're not naturally gifted at it. And if you're not naturally gifted, maybe you're not as smart as everyone said. Maybe you're just ordinary. That thought terrifies you more than actual failure. So you stay in your comfort zone. Master what comes easy. Avoid what requires effort. Preserve the illusion of unlimited potential rather than risk discovering actual limits. But growth lives outside comfort. Growth requires looking stupid, asking basic questions, making beginner mistakes, failing publicly. The shift. Your intelligence isn't a trophy to protect. It's a tool to use. Stretch it, test it, break it, and rebuild it stronger. Every time you struggle, you're not losing intelligence, you're gaining capability. Smart is what you are. Growth is what you do. And doing beats being every single time. Join our YouTube membership for early access, exclusive content, and a community of action takers. Click join below. You can solve everyone's problems except your own. You give advice you never follow. Create strategies you never implement. Because you've been playing a solo game in a multiplayer world. Smart people hate networking. Small talk feels pointless. Why discuss weather when we could solve philosophy? Why talk sports when we could debate economics? But here's what you missed. That meaningless conversation about weekend plans, that's trust building. That's sports chat, that's relationship currency. Those surface interactions you dismissed as intellectual poverty, they're actually success foundations. Your network is your net worth, not your IQ, not your insights, your relationships. But you've been so focused on being the smartest person in every room that you forgot to connect with anyone in it. So busy being right, you forgot to be likable. So focused on impressing people, you forgot to help them. Here's the truth. Nobody cares how smart you are until they trust you. And trust isn't built through impressive monologues. It's built through genuine connection. Success is collaborative. Your brilliant ideas mean nothing if nobody helps you execute them. Your genius is worthless if nobody wants to work with you. Stop optimizing to be right. Start optimizing to be trusted. Forget productivity porn. You don't need another app, another method, another framework. You need one thing, a system that makes action easier than overthinking. Here's the entire system. Remove every barrier between you and doing. Want to write? Don't research writing methods. Open a document. Type one sentence. Save it on your desktop. Tomorrow, add another sentence. That's it. Your brain will scream, "This is too simple. We need structure, strategy, a content calendar." That's your intelligence sabotaging you. It wants complexity because complexity feels smart, but complexity kills execution. Design for action. Make starting embarrassingly easy. Make overthinking physically harder. Track completion, not perfection. Ship daily, even if it's garbage. The smartest system is the one you actually use, not the one that looks impressive in your notes app. Systems beat goals, habits beat motivation, simple beats complex, build for action, not admiration. Time to weaponize that intelligence instead of being paralyzed by it. For the next 30 days, run this experiment. Rule 1, start before you're ready. If you wait for readiness, you'll wait forever. Your brain will always find one more thing to learn. Start now, start stupid, start scared. Rule 2, pick one thing only, not 5 projects. 1, do it badly every single day. Give yourself permission to suck, permission to be amateur, permission to be human. Rule 3, document, don't optimize. Track what you do, not to analyze it, but to prove to your overthinking brain that action beats intention. In 30 days, you won't be perfect, but you'll be different. You'll be moving. You'll have evidence that your intelligence serves you better when it's executing rather than evaluating. Your IQ gave you potential. Only action gives you power. You've spent your whole life being the smart one. Time to become the successful one. Intelligence is an advantage when it drives action. It's a liability when it prevents it. The same brain that can solve complex problems can also create complex excuses. The choice is yours. Analyze or execute. Perfect or profit. Think or do. Smart people see possibilities. Successful people pick one and go. They're not more intelligent, they're just more decisive. Your intelligence isn't the problem, never was. The problem is mistaking thinking for doing, planning for building, potential for performance. Stop being smart enough to see every obstacle. Start being brave enough to move anyway. The world doesn't need more intelligent people sitting on brilliant ideas. It needs people who ship, who try, who fail forward, who choose action over analysis. You're smart enough to understand all of this. The question is, are you smart enough to actually do something about it? If this hit home, subscribe and like this video. Drop a comment telling me which trap you recognize most in yourself. And if you want deeper dives on turning intelligence into results, I just launched a Patreon. Real strategies, no fluff, direct connection. Link in the description. Let's make that big brain actually work for you. See you in the next one. Now go do something before you overthink it. See you in the next one. Now go do something before you overthink it.